coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On first down, it's Darnold. And incomplete to open things up.
Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. Here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved.
And he fires one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen steps away to his left.
And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
McCann's got it teed up. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Darnold. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Darnold from the gun. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Faking the give, Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 14.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Darnold from the red zone now. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. Escaping the pressure. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. T.J. Green with a pick. And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
On play action, Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, We'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Again, Darnold. Flushed out right. That is caught by Williams for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Santos with the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. 2nd and 11 now. Now Allen. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
On 2nd down, Eckler, only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a timeout taken.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. A shotgun snap for Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This just a 24-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
56. Here we go again. Here we go. Hey, tight. Double up. He's coming, double up. Hey, check back 45. Check back.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that's out to the flat for Swift. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On play action, Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
A gain of 6. And the Bills first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Allen off the play fake. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Allen. He'll get this off to Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
56.
To the air, Allen. They'll roll him out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
At the 34-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
2 yards on the play. And the Dolphin first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. The handoff, it's Eckler. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
A 2-yard gain on the ball. And it's third down.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Flushed out right. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Tanner Muse with it. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. You don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield, That one incomplete.
On the return, Jackson. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for a Bills first down.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Dancing to his left. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen flush to his right. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Swift. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Allen. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Swift.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Jacob Harris with touchdown number 8 on the air. And the Bills are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. McCann's got it teed up. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Darnold completes it, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Jeff Okudah. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Darnold to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Darnold.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Now Darnold.
Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here's Darnold.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Now the point after try for Santos. He's got it, and it's 24-17.
Makes the score Bills 24, Dolphins 17.
So the clock sits at 16 seconds as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. So Allen's going to look to throw.
Open man, completes it to Claypool.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
McCann's got it teed up.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they